age of a realtor according to NAHREP is? 56. Less than 12% are below 40, right? And the reason I'm sharing this is all the stories you tell of yourselves, the limited beliefs, right? I was 19 years old. Everyone in the office could have been my parent, maybe grandparent, if we're Latinos and we got it started a little earlier. So, the average realtor in the US right now has 12 years of experience in the business. So that's a good dozen years. According to NAHREP, the average realtor sold 8 homes last year. And a good one sells 2, 4, 6 a month, putting their annual volume between 24 and 50. And that's a good producing agent. Last year I sold 538 homes. And I will break 2,300 transactions this year, putting my career volume on track to break $500 million. We will break 500 million. When folks used to ask my first broker in the business how this punk kid who could barely buy booze was outselling them, he always used to tell them one thing, because no one told him he wasn't supposed to. And I really didn't understand what that meant until many, many years later. So as I've started to study success, one of the things I've noticed about myself is I am obsessed with learning. Obsessed. I want to learn from success. I want to learn from successful people, systems, and processes, how they did what they did. The more I read and the more people I proactively go meet, the more commonalities I find across age groups, background, industry. And I find the commonalities in legendary behavior I'm going to share with you guys. The first one, read all the time. I mean obsessively. And become a student of how people think, and more specifically, how you're wired and how you think. People who aim at nothing hit it with amazing accuracy. Internalize that. People who aim at nothing hit it with amazing accuracy. So, there's a point where I brought up the crazy voices in our heads. In order to be proactive, you need to have a good understanding of what that narrator is saying. And remember that the past does not dictate the future. And therefore, if you're reacting from the past, you will never be in control of the present. If people who aim at nothing hit it with amazing accuracy, from what I've seen, success does quite the opposite. Legendary people formulate a clear and concise plan that gets implemented and adhered to with rigorous discipline. So plan your work and then work that plan. Review that plan and see if it is on track, but have a plan. Plans need to be specific with measurable results that can be tracked. Don't just say you want to do something, write it down, quantify, put an expiration date. Because if not, the difference between a goal and a dream is being written down and being held accountable to it and share it with others. Because if you don't share it, it's not a plan. The next thing I want to talk about is language. The use of words is how we express ourselves, how we communicate, how we define who we are, how we see ourselves, and how others see us. I am broke. I am such an idiot. I can't believe I did it again. Choose all the words you say, as they cannot be erased, and they are more powerful tools for creating and destroying than any other power on this planet. How you choose to spend that time is pivotal. So you want some more statistics to make you upset? The average American watches 4.85 hours of television per day. And you may not think you're one of them, but pay attention. When you get home, you just turn it on while you're cooking and the kids ready for bed. And that statistic is up from last year. Why? Netflix, TiVo. Because what happens is, now that you can have the whole season, you might overdose and watch Breaking Bad or whatever it is you watch and just go through the marathon all by yourself. That's 34 hours a week. And guess what? You're more disciplined about that because you do that 7 days a week. You don't skip Saturday and Sunday. So make a choice. And I'm not talking about talking about it. I challenge you. When you leave this room, call your cable provider and disconnect your cable. I don't have cable, neither does my partner. Choosing what you don't have control over allows you to create proactively from failure. That's the most pivotal thing I'm going to talk about today. It is from failure that building proactively makes you a legend. Everyone you admire became great through problems and failure. I want to be in rooms where I'm the smallest guy in the room and I'm learning from people's greatness and success, and more importantly, their failures. The people whom I choose to spend my time with now operate at a level higher than me and share their plans with me, and in turn make me realize I'm not thinking big enough. I'm not pushing myself harder. Be uncommon, and you will defeat mediocrity and become legendary in the process. Thank you.
The NAHREP State of Hispanic Homeownership Report. Why? I'm going to leave you with 3 pieces of advice. The first piece of advice is analyze and study. Study your market. Know and understand that 1 in 6 people in America today, that's about 16% of America, belong to this demographic. The fastest growing demographic, which right now has about $1.2 trillion of purchasing power, and it's going up. It's going up, and we expect it to hit about $1.5, $1.6 trillion of purchasing power by the year 2015. So you may ask yourself, well, how is that? Why is that? Well, first of all, because of the sheer numbers. We're a younger demographic, we love big family, and we are leading the nation as it relates to family formation. So new formation of households, number 1, will be in the Hispanic market. That means that what? That means that our partners have to build more homes. We need more homes out there to be able to house these new families. That means that what? The Sepulveda team needs to fund more loans. We're going to need more 1003s executed on at a high level. That means that, Martha, what? We're going to need more home warranties to be issued to be able to experience that Hispanic home ownership. Where are my title partners? They were over here somewhere in the room. We need more title insurance policies to be written. There is major, major opportunity in the Hispanic market moving forward. The definition of real estate in Espanol is bienes raíces, rooted assets. It's the way that we become part of America. Because you know what? Tenants don't belong to the PTA. Tenants don't belong to Neighborhood Watch. Tenants do not keep and show pride of home ownership. Tenants are not the ones that have the highest rates of showing up to vote. Tenants are not the ones seeing their kids graduate from high school and from college. So we need to change America 1 APN at a time. How? By giving them the opportunities to build, to insure, to fund, to secure that title, to make those 1003s, to give sustainable Hispanic home ownership. That's why NAHREP was created. It was the lack of a real estate professional that would say, I am committed to advancing sustainable Hispanic home ownership. It was the lack of a loan professional that would hold my father by the hand and say, no, Señor Asensio, this is the way it works. You start with this kind of debt and then it tapers down. So this is the call to action to you. Here in El Paso, Texas, the Javier Asensios of America need you. Need you to fund it. Need you to build it back there. Need you to insure it. Need you to make sure that title is okay. And more importantly, how many realtor practitioners, realtors, raise your hand, need all of you to wear this pin with pride and say, I am committed to advancing sustainable Hispanic home ownership, because you know what? It's good for you. It's good for America. It's good for your 1099. It's good for El Paso, Texas. This is the call to action. The call to action is to step up and say, of course I want to be a part of NAHREP. Here's my 99 bucks. But more important than the 99 bucks is my commitment to shake the tree and find those people. You don't have to speak Spanish. You don't need to be Hispanic. You don't need to be brown and look like me in order to serve our community. You know what? Maybe that requires for you to put in an assistant, a translator, a team member that takes care of all that. What does your business model look like? How does it reflect the new opportunities going into this year and beyond? Don't miss it. Don't miss it. So guess what? The opportunity is there. So I just pray that my message here today touches your heart and that you hear the call. Is there opportunity for income? Huge. For you to do more loans? Huge. For you to sell more houses that you build? Huge. The opportunity is unprecedented. Take a look at it, read it, do it for all the right reasons. Do it for your success, but also please, do it for the kids of every Javier Asensio in America today that 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, we'll look back and say, David, thank you so much for pushing me over the fence. I was scared to death. I didn't know how to do it, but you knew what was best for me. You knew that I could not create a legacy with a bunch of rental receipts after 20 years. You saw me better than I saw myself. And that's what changed the quality of life for my kids. That's what NAHREP is all about. Empowering the sustainable Hispanic homeownership experience, one family at a time. God bless you all.